Just when you thought you could turn your back and walk away, the dark cloud of human indignity follows you. You have no choice but to turn and look it in the eye. It's the sex offender hit list.
The Monroe County, Wisconsin area here has a police officer that's been charged with child enticement, among other charges. A criminal complaint shows 26-year-old Peter Schneider of Sparta is being charged with child enticement, attempted sexual assault of a child by a person who works or volunteers with children, and attempted possession of child sexual abuse material. Authorities received a report of explicit messages being sent to underage girls by Schneider. Two victims reported in the criminal complaint to be 16 and 17 years old at the time detailed explicit messages being sent to them by Schneider. One victim reported being asked to send explicit photos. Schneider was an officer for the Ho-Chunk Police Department and a firefighter with the Sparta Area Fire District. Schneider had been placed on administrative leave from the Sparta Area Fire District pending the ongoing investigation of the sheriff's office there. Court records show a $1,500 cash bond for Schneider is signed. That's pretty damn low. So for $150 he can pay a bondsman and be walking the streets. Sad. Court records also show a court hearing is scheduled for April 18th, coming up in a couple days here. I'll let you guys know what happens there. Head over to Arkansas, where police arrested a Jonesboro man after they said he was caught on Facebook Live talking about having child exploitation material on his phone. What an idiot. I'm glad they caught him, but still. Detective Bill Brown received a notice on Friday, the 12th of April, regarding 65-year-old Martin Leslie Williams being interviewed live on the social media app about an incident involving a juvenile. Brown and other officers responded to the scene on Dayton Avenue, and they spoke with Mr. Williams, who agreed to go to the police department and talk about the allegations. Williams reportedly told the detective that he didn't know the alleged victim was 11 years old. Williams then told the investigator that he was deleting the images of the alleged victim from his phone when the police arrived. He also stated that he did not get all the images deleted, but he'll be sure and delete them when he gets home. Brown looked through the photos on Williams' phone and found sexually explicit images of the alleged victim. And then when asked how he came to be in possession of the images, Williams reportedly told the detective he got them from different chat applications. Williams stated that he was banned from Facebook and Instagram, Brown said in the affidavit. He then asked if the child exploitation was the reason he was banned, and Williams said, yeah, probably. On Monday, April 15th, Craighead County District Judge Tommy Fowler found probable cause to charge Williams with distributing, possessing, or viewing matter depicting sexual conduct involving a child. See ya, Chomo.
Let me out of here! Let me out of here!
A man who served as a youth pastor in a San Jose church was arrested in connection with a child sexual abuse case. Detectives launched an investigation back in January following a report of a sexual assault of a minor that began back in 2014. The victim told investigators that she was sexually assaulted between 2014 and 2018 when she was a minor. Detectives identified the suspect as Brett Bymaster, who had served as a youth pastor at a River Church community in San Jose at the time. Bymaster had also volunteered at after-school programs outside the church. More recently, Bymaster had served as an executive director of the Healing Grove Health Center. And on Thursday, detectives located him in the Central Valley community of Manteca. Bymaster, a 47-year-old, was then booked into the Santa Clara County Jail on suspicion of sexual assault of a minor. He's being held there on a $400,000 bail and scheduled to appear in court this coming Friday. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement has arrested an 18-year-old Holiday man on 15 counts of possession of child sexual abuse materials, as well as 1 count of promoting the sexual performance of a child. According to the FDLE, an undercover internet operation began in October of last year to identify people distributing child sexual abuse materials. Investigators say they found an IP address later connected to this guy, Mario Pizza's physical residence, as having downloaded more than 100 notable files. When the agents executed a search warrant at Pizza's home on April 11th, they took several electronic devices in for further examination. And of course, they found images and videos depicting the sexual abuse of children, some as young as infants and toddlers. Pizza was then booked into the Pasco County Jail on a $160,000 bond.
I'd like to know what dirty stool pigeon squealed on me.
You know, Chomos never looked good in uniform, especially this one. I mean, how can you hide behind that? Just look at the glasses, the Chomo eyes, that face, the Chomo stash. Got it all going on there. This story comes from Springfield, Oregon. This Chomo here was arrested on child sexual abuse related charges late last year. Well, he's back again in the Lane County Jail for allegedly violating his release agreement. Court records show that former Willamette Leadership Academy staffer Sean Duncan Reed, who was arrested in November last year and charged with luring a minor and using internet to lure a child, was a former student of the academy in a display of sexually explicit conduct. Just a bunch of crap. Him and kids. Well, he was released on a $25,000 bail. And shortly after he was arrested, the court records show Reed was arrested again on April 12th and spent the weekend in jail after he allegedly visited Shasta Middle School, a place where minors congregate, of course, which was a violation of his release agreement. Reed's release was revoked on April 11th and his bail was forfeited, according to court records. And when he had been asked if he was at the middle school there, he said he was there to play a softball game and unaware that softball fields were connected to the school. Really? Well, this Chomo's pretty stupid, isn't he? Well, his attorney filed to have his release reinstated in part because of his ignorance of the softball field at the middle school. Crazy. Well, he was denied and he's still in custody as of today, according to jail records there. Court records show that a pretrial conference is scheduled for June sometime. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. U.S. Marshals Service agents arrested a 45-year-old man in Broward County on a child sexual abuse material case. Broward Sheriff's Office deputies booked Christopher William Woodward on Sunday at the main jail in Fort Lauderdale. Woodward had a U.S. Marshals Service hold on Monday morning. He was facing a charge of possession of child sexual abuse material. No further details are available at this time, but you can be sure that when they do, you can find them right here first on the sex offender hit list. See ya, Chomo.
I'm gonna give you solitary confinement for 99 years.
A 27-year-old homeless man was arrested by Lewiston police on Friday after a warrant had been issued for his arrest for alleged sexual exploitation of a child. Police began to investigate Isaac Plummer after receiving a tip from the cloud-based area storage company. The company specifically reported 2 files of interest. The pair of video files showed what police believed were juveniles, with estimated ages ranging from 10 to 16 years old, engaging in sexual activity. A search warrant was obtained for the cloud storage account, and 11 other videos containing child sex abuse were found. Images were allegedly found on the phone, also consistent with the 2 videos first reported by the cloud storage company, and other videos that were later discovered following the execution of a search warrant on that account. On Friday afternoon, the Lewiston police located and arrested Plummer, and he was booked into the Nez Perce County Jail on 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a child. An arraignment is scheduled for 1:30 p.m. next Monday. See ya, Chomo. Quit looking at your nose. A Cochrane, Wisconsin man is sentenced for possessing child sexual abuse materials. Yeah, court records there show that 62-year-old Mark Klevgard, who pled guilty to 3 charges of possession of child sexual abuse material, was sentenced to 5 years in prison, followed by 10 years extended supervision. According to the Buffalo County Sheriff's Office, on October 3rd of last year, authorities searched 202 North Main Street in the village of Cochrane after a cyber tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children detected possible child sexual abuse material being downloaded from that location. The Buffalo County Sheriff's Office says during the search, multiple images of child sexual abuse material were found on a computer belonging to this chomo, Klevgard. See you in 2.5 years, unfortunately, Mr. Klevgard. Chomo.
Now get in there!
Escambia County, Florida. A 33-year-old Pensacola attorney is facing 30 counts of child sexual abuse material possession. This is Alex Wesley Rigsby, and he was arrested Friday morning on those 30 counts of possessing 10 or more child sexual abuse material images. The FBI and Charlotte County Sheriff's Office received 7 cyber tip reports from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children from last year between October and December. The tips contained approximately 161 child sexual abuse material files. And it also states the tips linked back to a 71-year-old man living in Charlotte County. Well, this guy doesn't look 71 to me. Well, according to the report, on January 30th, the Charlotte County deputies received a search warrant for the man's home. He told deputies that during the time of the reported illegal activity, his son, Alex Rigsby, was on his Verizon account and was the sole user of the associated phone number. Deputies cleared the man of any wrongdoing and shifted their focus to Rigsby. And they then found approximately 222 child sexual abuse images and videos within Rigby's cloud storage. The report states a second file contained over 160 videos and images of those same types of files. The images and videos contain the sexual abuse of children and infants. Rigsby was released from Escambia County Jail Saturday night on a $1.2 million bond. Records state Rigby's next court date is set for May 3rd. Sickening, Chomo. Sickening. A man from Berger, Missouri, has been indicted on multiple child molestation charges. A Franklin County grand jury handed up an indictment Tuesday, April 9th, charging 44-year-old Dwayne Grayler with 1 count of first-degree child molestation, as well as 2 counts of third-degree child molestation involving a victim less than 14 years old. Of course, all 3 charges are felonies. Grayler's being held at the Franklin County Adult Detention Center in lieu of a $250,000 bond, good $250,000. And of course, no further details are available about this chomo. But like I always say, when they do become available, you can find them out right here first on the sex offender hit list. See ya, chomo.
Yeah, my mother told me there'd be days like this.
One for a rainbow, one for Amanda.
Who you playing with, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I'm 6, and I love unicorns.
Sexual predators are seeking kids online.
We don't know Amanda.
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom. And whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?